Have you ever wanted to be the one thought she can't shake? The name that shows up in her mind, right? Before she falls asleep and right after she wakes up? Not because you begged for her attention, not because you flooded her phone with messages every hour hoping to stay relevant, but because of who you are when you're standing right in front of her and who you remain even when you're not. Brother, that kind of presence isn't luck. It isn't charm you're born with, and it definitely isn't something you can fake for a week and expect to stick. It's built, slowly and deliberately, through 7 Stoic habits we're about to break down today one by one, with real examples so you can see exactly how this plays out in ordinary life. These aren't tricks. Tricks fade the moment she sees through them, and women see through far more than most men give them credit for. What we're covering today are principles that have shaped disciplined, grounded men for over 2,000 years. Principles from Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, repurposed for the one arena where most men feel the least in control: love. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly why some men are effortlessly missed while others, despite trying so much harder, are effortlessly forgotten. And brother, here's your one task before we start. Comment the words "still on my mind" below right now, because by the end of this video, that's exactly what you're going to become to her. Let's get into it. Habit 1. Anchored self-sufficiency. Picture Elijah, a man from Denver, who spent years believing that constant availability was the key to being loved. He answered every text within seconds, no matter what he was doing. He canceled plans with friends the moment she wanted to hang out instead. He rearranged his entire week around her schedule, convinced that this devotion would make her adore him more. And slowly, without either of them noticing exactly when it happened, she stopped missing him because he was never really gone in the first place. There was no gap in her life for her to feel, because he had filled every possible gap before she even knew it existed. Here's the principle, brother. A man who is anchored in himself, who has his own goals, his own friendships, his own rhythm to his days, becomes magnetic in a way that constant availability never will. When you are whole without her, your time with her becomes a choice, not a compulsion. And women feel that difference instantly, even if they can't always name it. They sense whether a man is standing on his own 2 feet or leaning entirely on the relationship to hold him upright. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily in his private writings that his peace must come from within, not from what surrounds him or who is present in his life at any given moment. Apply that here, brother. Your sense of worth cannot be rented out to her attention, her mood, or her availability. When you live this way, she starts to notice you're thriving on your own terms, building something, pursuing something, becoming something, and something in her begins to wonder what exactly you're doing when she's not around. That wondering, brother, is the birthplace of missing someone. Absence only creates longing when there was a full, textured life happening on the other side of it. Think about how this plays out practically. When Elijah eventually rebuilt his routine, kept his gym sessions, his weekend hikes with old friends, his personal projects, something shifted almost immediately. His girlfriend started asking more questions about his week. She started initiating plans instead of waiting to be included. The self-sufficiency didn't push her away. It pulled her in because now there was something worth being curious about. And that's exactly when she starts missing you. Habit 2. Composed emotional command. Sophia once told a close friend that she couldn't stop thinking about her boyfriend Marcus, not because of grand romantic gestures, but because of how unbothered he remained during a heated argument that would have broken most men into either shouting matches or complete emotional shutdown. He stayed level. He listened without interrupting. He responded instead of reacting. And somehow the entire argument resolved itself faster because nobody was trying to win, only trying to understand. This is emotional command, brother, and it is genuinely rare. Most men either explode when tension rises or collapse into silence and avoidance. The Stoic man does neither. He feels the full weight of the moment, the frustration, the hurt, the confusion, and still chooses his response deliberately, rather than letting the emotion choose it for him. This isn't suppression, and it isn't pretending nothing bothers you. It's mastery. The difference between a man ruled by his emotions and a man who rules them. Marcus Aurelius wrote that we suffer more from our judgment of events than from the events themselves, meaning the story we tell ourselves about what happened often causes more damage than what actually happened. When you master this, something shifts in how she sees you. You stop being predictable in the boring, forgettable sense, and you start being predictable in the reassuring, grounding sense. Calm becomes your signature, the quality people associate with you before anything else. When you're not around, she remembers that steadiness specifically, and she craves it in a world that rarely offers her that kind of ground to stand on. Most people in her life react, few respond. The ones who respond get remembered. Consider how this compounds over months and years. Every time you stay composed instead of escalating, you're making a deposit into a kind of emotional trust account. Eventually, she associates your presence with safety itself. Not excitement, not chaos, but safety. And that particular feeling is one of the hardest things to walk away from, and one of the easiest things to miss the second it's gone. And that's exactly when she starts missing you. Habit 3, purposeful words. Daniel rarely spoke more than he needed to, but when he did, people listened, including the woman he loved. He didn't fill silence with nervous chatter just to avoid discomfort. He didn't over-explain himself the second he was questioned about something, defending every small decision like he was on trial. His words carried weight precisely because there weren't too many of them floating around, diluting their value. Seneca taught that a wise man measures his words carefully so they still hold value the next time he chooses to speak. Brother, most men drain their own words of power by talking too much, apologizing too often for things that need no apology, or narrating every single emotion the second it appears on their face. When you speak with intention, when your words are chosen rather than spilled out reflexively, she starts to actually listen for what you'll say next, instead of tuning you out the way people tune out constant background noise. This isn't about being distant, mysterious for the sake of being mysterious, or emotionally withholding. It's about respecting your own voice enough to use it deliberately. The same way a craftsman doesn't waste good material on something disposable. When you leave a conversation, your words linger in her mind precisely because you didn't waste them on filler. There's a deeper layer here too. Purposeful words also mean saying what you actually mean instead of hedging, softening, or talking in circles to avoid conflict. A man who says exactly what he thinks, calmly and respectfully, becomes a man whose opinions actually matter to her, because she knows they're honest rather than performative, and that's exactly when she starts missing you. Habit 4, comfortable distance. Here's something that sounds backwards but isn't, brother. The men who are missed the most are often the ones most comfortable with space, not the ones most afraid of it. Ryan didn't panic during the days his girlfriend needed alone time to recharge, see her friends, or simply be by herself. He didn't flood her phone asking if everything was okay every few hours. He simply lived his life fully, trusting the relationship to hold its shape, without requiring constant reinforcement and reassurance. Epictetus taught that true freedom comes from releasing our grip on what we cannot control, and you cannot control her need for space any more than she can control yours. When you accept distance instead of quietly resenting it or anxiously fighting it, you stop being one more demand on her attention, and you start being the calm, steady thing she returns to once she's recharged. This is the principle almost no man applies correctly, because it requires genuine internal security rather than performed confidence. He either clings during distance, which suffocates her and turns space into guilt, or disappears, emotionally out of wounded pride, which erases him from her mind entirely and teaches her that distance means punishment. The Stoic man does neither. He simply remains steady, warm, and present when together, unbothered and self-directed when apart, never making the space between you feel like a test either of you has to pass. Over time, this becomes one of the rarest qualities a woman encounters. A man who doesn't collapse or withdraw when given room to breathe. That rarity itself becomes something she notices, appreciates, and eventually starts to actively seek out. And that's exactly when she starts missing you. Habit 5, undivided presence. When Marcus was with his girlfriend, he was actually with her. Phone down, full attention. No half listening while scrolling through something else. Marcus Aurelius advised living each act as though it might be the last one you perform, treating each moment with the weight it deserves rather than rushing through it toward the next distraction. Few men apply that principle inside their own relationships, ironically the place where it matters most. Most are half present, physically in the room but mentally somewhere else entirely. Checking notifications, replaying work stress, planning tomorrow while today slips by unnoticed. Undivided presence is rare enough now, in an age of constant digital noise, that it stands out almost immediately when a man actually offers it. When you give someone your full, uninterrupted attention without distraction, without one eye drifting to a screen, she feels genuinely seen in a way that has become increasingly uncommon. And people do not forget the specific feeling of being truly seen. They remember it vividly in your absence, and they ache a little for it, the same way you miss silence after too much noise. This habit cost you nothing but attention and discipline, and yet it is one of the most powerful, underrated things you can offer another human being. It communicates without a single word that she matters more, and that moment than anything else competing for your focus, and that message lands far deeper than any grand gesture ever could. And that's exactly when she starts missing you. Halfway marker. All right, brother, we're halfway through. And if you're still here, this is clearly resonating with something real in your own life. If you haven't hit subscribe yet, now's the moment. Because the next 2 habits are the ones that separate men who are occasionally thought of from men who become permanently, deeply unforgettable. Habit 6, reliable consistency. Jordan wasn't flashy. He didn't send grand romantic gestures every week or plan extravagant surprises to keep things exciting. But he was consistent, the same warm, respectful, steady man every single day. Whether things were exciting or completely mundane, whether he was in a good mood or working through a hard week of his own, Seneca said that steadiness itself is a mark of wisdom. And Jordan lived that daily without ever framing it to himself as philosophy, simply as character. Here's why this matters so deeply, brother. Excitement fades with repetition. Grand gestures, if overused, eventually become the baseline expectation instead of the pleasant exception. And then they stop meaning anything special at all. But consistency builds something far more durable. Trust. And trust, once established, is what people miss the most acutely once it's gone. When Jordan traveled for work for 2 weeks straight, his girlfriend didn't find herself missing fireworks or grand declarations. She missed the quiet, dependable certainty of knowing exactly what kind of man was coming home to her every single evening. Build a pattern worth relying on day after day, and its sudden absence becomes the loudest, most noticeable thing in the room, far louder than any single dramatic gesture could ever be. And that's exactly when she starts missing you. Habit 7, resilient character. Finally, brother, the habit that ties every other principle together. Ethan went through a rough financial stretch, losing a job he'd held steadily for 6 years, the kind of blow that shakes a man's entire sense of stability. Instead of spiraling into panic or leaning entirely on his girlfriend for emotional rescue and constant reassurance, he handled it with quiet resolve. Kept applying, kept working on himself, kept his composure even on the hardest days. Seneca wrote that a gem cannot be polished without friction, nor can a man be perfected without trials testing him along the way. She watched him handle real adversity without losing himself in the process, without becoming bitter, without demanding she fix what wasn't hers to fix. And that single stretch of hardship built more genuine respect and attraction than 100 easy, comfortable days together ever could have. Resilience shows a woman something she instinctively looks for in a partner, whether she consciously realizes it or not. Can this man hold steady when life actually gets hard, not just when everything is going smoothly? When the answer becomes clearly yes, she stops quietly wondering if she can lean on you during real difficulty and starts actively missing the specific strength and steadiness you bring into her life whenever you're not there to provide it, and that's exactly when she starts missing you. Conclusion. So there you have it, brother. 7 Stoic habits: anchored self-sufficiency, composed emotional command, purposeful words, comfortable distance, undivided presence, reliable consistency, and resilient character. None of them require begging for her attention. None of them require manufactured mystery, manipulative games, or performing a version of yourself that isn't real. They require you to become a steadier, more grounded version of who you already are, the kind of man whose presence genuinely enriches a room and whose absence is quietly, deeply felt rather than simply unnoticed. This is the real secret underneath all 7 habits, brother. She doesn't miss men who chase her relentlessly. She misses men who were fully, unapologetically themselves. Calm, purposeful, present, and strong. Men who never needed her validation to feel whole as individuals, yet chose her anyway, deliberately every day. That specific contrast, wholeness combined with genuine choice, is what creates a longing that never quite fades with time, the kind that deepens rather than wears thin. If this video resonated with you even a little, comment "still on my mind" below right now. Hit subscribe if you haven't already, and share this with a brother who needs to hear exactly this today. Build these 7 habits daily, not to manipulate her attention, but for the man you steadily become in the process of practicing them. And brother, that man, the one who doesn't chase but is chased, who doesn't demand but is deeply missed, that man starts with the small decisions you make today, right now, not someday. Stay grounded, stay composed, and I'll see you in the next one.